Microphone check, microphone check. Microphone check, microphone check. Good morning, everyone. My name is Flip. I'm recording live here from the Costa Rican rainforest. And we're going to do a little sequence today that's tailored for athletic recovery. So if you're just finished doing some sports, or if you are just rolling out of bed, this is a good way to open up the hips, your shoulders, your back, and it's pretty passive, so it's not a lot of strenuous movements, but if you hold these stretches for a good while, they'll pay off in the long run. So first, I just want you to breathe, tune into your body, and give it a scan. We're going to begin in a Sukhasana posture, which is a cross-legged seated pose. We're going to have our hands on our knees, our tailbone rooting down into the earth, the crown of our head shooting up towards the sky, our shoulders drawn away from the ears, creating length and space in the neck. Once you're comfortable in this posture and you're breathing regularly, notice how short your breath actually is compared to three-part breath, which we're about to commence. Three-part breath is when you fill up the belly, then the ribs, then the chest on an inhale through the nose, and then on the exhale, compress the chest, then the ribs, then the belly. Excuse me a second while I could make sure this connection is okay. Here we are. Excuse me for that. Just wanted to be able to stream correctly so we can get all these instructions clearly. So continue with the three-part breath. Inhaling through the belly, the ribs, then the chest. Hold it for a second at the top, and then exhale. Compress the chest, the ribs, and the belly. And at the bottom of your exhale, press your navel towards your spine to get out all the toxins, all the negativity. And then on an inhale, bring in new life, new oxygen, new energy. Notice how much deeper your breath is with the three-part breath and how much more oxygen you're able to bring into the body and how much more carbon dioxide you're able to let out. The three-part breath promotes relaxation. It reduces anxiety. It's also really helpful if you're just like stuck in traffic and you're feeling a little stressed out. Whip out the three-part breath. I want you to focus on the three-part breath throughout this whole entire sequence. Make your way onto your back, and we're going to scan our bodies laying down flat on our backs, continuing the 3-part breath. Notice any tension in your hips, in your lower back, upper back, neck, and feel free to comment on the app, and if you have any specific pains, I'll keep it in mind and maybe add in another exercise or stretch to help. Continue to scan, continue to breathe all through the nose. Hug in the left knee towards your chest, interlace your fingers, and pull your thigh to your chest, keeping the left foot flexed. How does that feel? Release the left leg, hug in the right knee and the right thigh towards your chest. Release the right knee. Hug in both knees. And this time bring your head up to your knees and give each knee a kiss. Place your hands over your knees and roll out some circles. Roll them in the other direction. Release your knees. Drop your feet directly underneath your knees. Extend your left leg up and cross it over your right so that your left leg is over your right knee. You grab your left ankle with your right hand or your left shin, and then you grab your right ankle or your right shin with your left hand, and you hug it back towards you. And try to bring those thighs to your chest, keeping the tailbone rooted on the ground. This is not like all the way up here, it's just that subtle pull right there, keeping your tailbone grounded, your lower back grounded. And you should feel this stretch in your left hip. Tap back into the 3-part breath. Relax and breathe and continue to scan the body. On your next exhale, release the shins or ankles Drop down the right foot, extend the left leg, and bring your feet underneath your knees. And give your knees a hug, allowing your body to realign itself. Drop the feet back down on the mat underneath your knees. Extend the right foot, the right leg, and fold it over your left one. This time grab your right shin or your right ankle with your left hand, and grab your left shin or your left ankle with your right hand. And pull the thighs back to your chest, keeping the tailbone rooted. And you should be feeling the stretch on the right hip now. Continue to breathe, continue to scan. Do not abandon the 3-part breath, as it is allowing more energy and oxygen to flow through your body and letting the pranayama flow. At the bottom of your next exhale, release the grip. Place your left foot down. Extend the right leg. Place your right foot down. And again, hug in the knees for a slight realignment. Release the knees. Place your feet down underneath your knees. Extend the left leg. And this time, instead of folding it over, you simply cross it over, creating a figure 4. Reach through the window created with your thighs through your left hand, and then interlace your fingers behind your right hamstring and pull back on your right hamstring, keeping your left elbow wedged on your left inner thigh, and then pull back on that right hamstring, keeping the right knee bent at 90 degrees and the right foot flexed for a reverse pigeon. This is a good optional pose for people who suffer from knees and you can't quite get into a pigeon posture without it hurting. This is a good option. I've had a couple of knee injuries, so this is what I prefer. Nevertheless, still opens up the hips, still gets you that good stretch, and for some people it's more comfortable. There's also the option of put the right foot on the wall. But you're imagining that right foot on a wall anyways. Continue to breathe, continue to scan the body, and pick out any little pains, any discomfort. And feel free to write it in the comment section. And perhaps I can suggest some exercises. Exhale, release the grip. Place the right foot back down on the mat. Shift your hips over to the left side of your mat and drop that left foot over to your right side. Grab your left ankle with your right hand and then use the energy and just keep the force of this left thigh, left knee going away from you. Root down the left shoulder and shift your gaze over to your left shoulder. Tap back into your 3-part breath. Allow that new oxygen to just flow through your body. Nice and relaxed, nice and passive. Sink in deeper to each stretch during your exhales. And on your inhale, kind of just focus on your form. And on the exhale, melt deeper and deeper into each posture. Release the left ankle. Raise the legs back up. Shift your hips back to the center. Extend the left leg. Drop the feet down underneath the knees and give those knees a hug. For a little realignment. Release the grip. Drop the feet back down underneath your knees. Extend the right leg. And this time, cross it over, creating a figure 4. So cross the right leg over your left, creating a figure 4. Reach through the window of your thigh. And pull back on the left thigh, the left hamstring, while pressing your right elbow into your right inner thigh, creating space. Left knee bent at 90 degrees, left foot flexed. Root down the tailbone, root down the lower back. Tap into the breath. And continue the 3-part breath as it's going to allow you to relax and melt deeper into your stretches. Continue to scan the body, continue to press open that right thigh. Keep the left knee at 90 degrees. Release the grip. Drop down the left foot. Shift your hips over to the right side of the mat. And allow your right foot to fall to the left side. Grab your right ankle with your left hand. Root down that right shoulder. And shift your gaze over your right shoulder. all while keeping the energy of your right thigh going away from you, opening up the hips. 3-part breath. Don't abandon it. And don't let your thoughts and mind wander off. Stay here. Stay in the moment. Focus on your third eye, which is in between your eyebrows. Tap into the drishti. Fill up that belly and the ribs and the chest. Exhale, compress the chest, the ribs, the belly. Release the right ankle. Bring the legs back up. Shift the hips to the center. Extend the right leg. Drop it down. Drop the feet down underneath your knees. And give your knees another hug. Place your feet back down underneath your knees. Heel toe your feet so that the outside edges of your feet are even with the outside edges of your mat. And we're going to drop the knees over to the left side. Once your knees are over to the left side, place your left foot over your right thigh. And keep both shoulders rooted down. The sky is kind of beginning to fall around here, so you might have a little trouble hearing me. I hope that's not the case, but you just have to embrace the drops. And this rain is actually quite soothing. Make sure both shoulders are rooted down. Fill up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And make these breaths, these 3-part breaths, as deep as possible, as deep as your body allows. At the bottom of your next exhale, remove the left foot from your right thigh and shift the legs back up. The outer edges of your feet should still be in line with the outer edges of your mat. And this time, allow your knees to fall to the right side. Keeping both shoulders rooted, place your right foot on your left thigh so that it creates a deeper twist and a deeper stretch. Do not abandon your mind. Don't let your thoughts wander. Stay here in the now. Yoga is now. Full concentration should be on your body and all the different feels. Be present. The bottom of your next exhale, remove the right foot from your left thigh. Maintain your feet at mat width distance. It's just like if we were driving through this rain and we need to turn on our windshield wipers. So do a windshield wiper flow action with your knees. Not like if they're on high speed, but if there was just like that first setting after the pause. Nice and slow, nice little flow. Return to center and give your knees one last hug. I even invite you to kiss each knee. Place your feet back down underneath your knees. Shift over to the right side of your mat. And then I'm going to stack the elbows, stack the hands, stack the shoulders, knees bent at 90 degrees, thighs at 90 degrees from your torso. So once you're stacked up here, open up the right arm to the other side and root down that right shoulder into the earth for a twist. Continue the three-part breath. And on the exhales, dig a little deeper, melt a little further. How does that feel in your body? Do you feel any tingles? Any odd sensations? Bring that right arm back across. Stack once again. And now shift everything over to the other side. And we're going to stack the feet, the ankles, the knees, the thighs, the shoulders. Knees bent at 90 degrees, creating a 90-degree bend from your thighs to your torso. And open up the left arm to the left side, rooting down that left shoulder. Continue the 3-part breath, allowing all this new oxygen to cleanse your body, cleanse your blood. So turn the left arm back over to the right side. Extend the right arm over above your head. And you can rest your head on your right bicep. With your left hand, place your palm in front of your face and prop yourself up. Making your way back into a Sukhasana posture. And once you're back in a Sukhasana, I want you to inch your fingers forward and fall forward, allowing your hips to open up. Reach as far as you can, and take a note of how far you can go with your current leg situation. Rise up and switch the legs. So if your right foot was forward, now bring your left foot. And again, start to inch your hands forward. And continue to scan the body, see if there's any pains that arise on this side that did not arise on the other side. Compare and contrast. See how far you can reach on this side compared to the other side. Is there an imbalance? Rise up. And that concludes the hip and back opening portion. I invite you to make your way onto your feet. And make your way into a mountain pose. Rooting down on the Pada Bandha of your feet. The Pada Bandha is the 4 corners of your feet, so your feet should be rooted down and your toes should be soft, being able to wiggle them. Have a mic. And your toes can be together with your heels slightly spread apart. Or you can have your feet spread apart at hip width distance. Activate the muscles in your calves, your thighs, your hamstrings. Micro bend in the knees. Bring your hips underneath your spine. So like tuck in the tailbone. Don't have your tailbone poking out with a bend in your lower back. We want to have that spine all the way straight. Palms facing forward. Shoulders rooting down away from the ears. Crown of the head going towards the sky. Chin parallel to the earth. And just allow this mountain pose to align our bodies. This is the proper way to stand. And one of the most important postures, as we tend to not stand with the proper posture. And by activating all the muscles and pulling our shoulders down, it allows our body to realign. Bring the arms out to the side. Bend the elbows at 90 degrees. Now bring that left elbow underneath your right elbow. Cross the forearms and then bring your palms together. Bring the elbows up to shoulder height. And then pull those shoulders back as you pull the elbows forward. Just opening up your upper back. Spreading those shoulder blades apart. Continue to breathe. Continue to scan. Maintain the rest of your body in the mountain pose. Exhale, release the hands. And slowly come back into a mountain pose. Inhale, arms to the side. 90 degrees at the elbows. Now bring that right elbow underneath the left. Cross the forearms and place the palms together. Raise the elbows up to shoulder height. And then try to drive those elbows forward away from the shoulder blades, splitting apart your shoulder blades, creating space in your upper back. Maintaining good mountain pose with the rest of your body. Maintain the 3-part breath. Continue to scan, continue to breathe. I've been surfing a bunch these past couple of days, so this stretch is extra tasty. Release the hands and slowly open back up to a mountain pose. Now roll your shoulders circularly backwards. Roll your shoulders forward. Reach behind your back, and the goal is to press your palms behind your back. But if your practice does not allow it, it's okay to just bring your knuckles together as high up on your back as you can. So I will turn around for this portion. And again, maintain the tailbone tucked underneath your hips. Just allow yourself to breathe. I can't quite put my palms together, but at least I can get all my fingers together. This is something I'm working on. I too started with the knuckles. Nothing wrong with having the knuckles together. Continue to fill up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And compress the chest, the ribs, and the belly. The breath is a major key. Release the hands and return into a mountain pose. With your left palm facing towards the sky, bring it up above your head and try to touch your shoulder blade. Grab your left elbow with your right hand and rotate it inward towards your face, and then push your left hand down your back as far as you can. There's the option to reach back behind your back and interlace your fingers. If you can't quite reach, there's the option for the strap. Oh, you have a visitor. A little doggy. Release the interlace. Bring your left arm back down. Roll those shoulders. This time, reach forward with your right palm and try and touch your right shoulder blade with your right hand. Grab your right elbow with your left hand. Rotate that tricep inward and push that right hand straight down the back. This is a good stretch for swimmers, or if you're on the computer a long time, you're suffering from shoulder injuries, neck injuries. These are great exercises. Again, option to reach back with your left hand and interlace. If you can't quite reach, the strap is always an option. And just continue to tap into the breath. Release the interlace. Bring that right Arm back down. Roll the shoulders. Now, with your left hand, reach over your head so that your left middle finger is just at the top of your earlobe, and pull your head over to the left side while drawing that right shoulder down. And as you pull on your head with your left hand, press into your left hand with your head. So there's a pull with your hand and a push with your head for that yin yang effect. But still drive that right shoulder down. Stretch out the right side of your neck. Now pressing into the hand is very important. Don't just pull and crank on your neck. This is an active stretch. Release the head. Turn back to center. Now reach over with the right hand and touch the top of your left ear with your right middle finger. And pull your head over to the right side while pressing your head into your right hand and driving that left shoulder down. Continue to breathe, continue to scan. Do not force it. Just do as it feels good. Release the head. Return to a mountain pose. And now we're going to do half moons with our neck. So keeping the mountain pose, you simply drop your chin down. And now you're going to look at your imaginary collar of your shirt and you're going to trace it with your eyes. So as if you were trying to look at your collar bone with your eyes, very slowly and controlled over to the left side. And now one slow, controlled motion back over to the right side. Half moons with your head. So you're keeping that chin really tucked the whole time. As if you were trying to look at your collar of your imaginary shirt. Or of the shirt you're actually wearing. Back to the center. Chin back up. Return to a mountain pose. Raise the arms up for an upward salute. Draw the shoulders down as you reach up. Bring your hands to heart center. And I bow and I thank you for letting me lead your practice today. Namaste. Peace out, guys.